All right, fam. Sorry about that. It's your man Mark Black. You know what time it is. Welcome to Sucka-Free Saturday. You know how we do. YouTube be trying to get a nigga, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not certain. Oh, I know what's cracking. Let me fix this real quick. I just got one other thing to address. And boom. Done. All right. Hey, fam. Peace to all of you. Peace. Shalom. Shalom. Salam. Namaste. All that other good shit. You know how it is. You know what time it is. Sucker-Free Saturday. Let's do it. Fam, today we're going to keep it kind of chill. No heavy stuff today. We're just going to have a conversation. As a matter of fact, I'm popping up the number right away because this is going to be a participatory thing. We just kicking it, right? There's a couple of things that I want to run past y'all that's been on my mind. You know, some things that, you know, just we need to ponder upon, you know what I'm saying? And if you feel like, you know, this is too unstructured for your normal Sucker-Free Saturday, well, Lord Vader and I are disappointed. You know, your lack of faith in us is disturbing, all right? Right? We disappointed in you. Anyway, fam, before we get into it, you know what time it is. If you hear, shout yourself out. I'm going to go through and say what's up to everybody. I kind of already did that in chat a little bit, but I'm going to shout you out on the video for everybody to hear. Miss Denny, of course, is in the house. The beloved Shar is in the house. Oh, boy, Peach is in the house. Maiden Day, Toolbox, I see you, fam. Easy Be Easy in the house. Black Man 903, what it do? Right? You know what I'm saying? Pat Asar, I see you in the house. Shalom to Sister August Dreams. I see Brother Richard in the house. Peace to you. Tennessee Slim checking in. You know how it is, right? Oh, my mic was in the way. Hold on a second. Check it out. Lord Vader up in this piece. You feel me? Right? Yeah. Oh, and DBM in the house too. I know the brother's driving, so please be safe, fam. Make it from point A to point B. I don't need to hear about no funerals and all, cause you know I ain't really with that. You don't die until I tell you. That's how I go for the angry black sheep. So everybody, welcome to the broadcast. Now, before we jump into it, check the links in the description. Things do change. There's new resources being added there all the time, right? New links to reports, new books for you to check out to get up on your ADOS advocacy, right? To get the fat on your head. Shout out to Chad and Sister Christine. I see y'all, fam. Welcome to the broadcast, right? Also, too, if you haven't done so already, please consider becoming a patron of mine, right? I'm asking everybody to put $5 on it, but even as little as $1 a month is appreciated. Again, per my last broadcast, there's so much more I'd like to do for you, but I'm going to need your help to get us there, all right? So if you can consider becoming a patron of mine, it would be greatly appreciated. You feel me? Right? Yeah, Pat, I didn't know that they had shut TBA down like that. I'm actually not going to lie to you. I'm surprised that don't happen more often. That brother be bringing some smoke. Yeah. I mean, woo. Thank you, Maid. I appreciate you showing the love, fam. Sister Joan in the house. Brooklyn in the house. Bronx. Damn it, I always get those two mixed up. Brooklyn is BK. BX is Bronx.
Yes.
Well, hell, I'm not from New York.
But you live there.
No, I didn't live there. I was there. You know.
But you ain't actually live in the...
No, I went and kicked it in Queens, you know, messed around and man. Fuck out of here. Like,
what you mean? I'm trying to make sure that you...
At any rate, Sister Jones in the house. Welcome to Sucker-Free Saturday. So, fam, let's get to it. Today we just gonna kick it. We gonna have us a back and forth discussion, right? By the way, y'all, just to show y'all what I've been on, see all that stuff right there? You see it? That's all stuff that's packed up for the move. I have not moved as of yet. I move next weekend. But as you all know, moving a household is stressful. I've been in this place here for about the last 5 years. That's how much I hate moving. You feel me? Right? So, you know, I just need y'all to understand. Thank you for your patience, right? I'm going to try to broadcast on Wednesday, but next weekend, definitely no Sucker-Free Saturday. That's the weekend of the move, right? Because you always move at the end of the month if you live in an apartment, which most of us do. Chad, thank you. He said, I'm here for ADOS and reparations. You damn right. We all are. We all should be. Thank you for the love, fam. Today, there was something, though, that I wanted to bring up, right? You know, I often talk about, fam, that it's important for us to teach people how to treat us, right? Like, one of the things that we're not really made aware of as a part of our acculturation as ADOS people is that you have a right to be treated a certain kind of way. Pause. Let me rewind that a bit. We actually are taught that we have a right to be treated some kind of way. The thing is that many of us will only stand on that until there's some pushback. And yeah, Richard, I did see that video, man. That was a trip. By the way, fam, join my Discord. I watch everything, look at every post. I may not always respond, but yeah, fam, join my Discord. Links in the description. Because we don't stand on that, right? Because we don't insist upon our prerogatives, very often we find ourselves wrapped up in a lot of different trick bags for no damn good reason, right? Like Chad said, we have to demand respect of our lineage, our culture, our communities, our persons, right? Our mentalities, our head spaces, our emotional states. The reason why it's important for us to remember this is because we exist in a kind of unique situation here in the United States of America. Pat, I see all your comments, fam, so I'm not certain what you mean by your comments is getting zapped. Let me share with you a quote from somebody who I find pretty much inestimable as an author, right? I read one of his greatest works, Anna Karenina, right? Of course, those of you who read Anna Karenina know that I'm speaking about Leo Tolstoy. Tolstoy had a lot to say about the relationship between power and the people, between order and justice, right? And there's a quote of his that I'd like to read to you briefly because it's going to set the frame of what I'd like for us to talk about today on this Sucka-Free Saturday. So here's Leo Tolstoy, quote, I sit on a man's back, choking him and making him carry me, and yet assure myself and others that I am very sorry for him and wish to ease his lot by all possible means, except by getting off his back, unquote. Now, I find that quote to be completely apropos to our situation as ADOS folk. On one hand, you have our fellow Americans who had no problem and have no problem with riding our backs. They cannot afford, due to white supremacy, to see our humanity making more arguments to these people is useless. But now, on the other hand, you have this group of white supremacists that I refer to as soft racists. The soft racists will tell you how sad they are about your plight. They will want to reach out the hand of love and fellowship. They will constantly decry the historical and current oppressions and injustices that we face as ADOS, as the American descendants of slavery. They will get out there and they will march with us if we decide to march. If we go knocking on doors, they want to be out there knocking on doors with us. By the way, shout out to Charles, my esteemed brother CRU. I see you, fam. Welcome to Sucka-Free Saturday. These people, the soft racists, are the ones that traditionally we, as ADOS, have seen as allies. These are the people that we thought of, for a lack of a better way to say it, as the good white folk. Yeah, that Missy Hilly, she's good white people. We had us a little trouble with the law. She came down and she was right there in the front with us, holding the sign that said no justice, no peace. She good white folk. Man, that dude Paul, he's like my white brother from another mother. We went to this Socialist Workers of the World meeting, and he was talking about universal justice for everybody. That's a decent white man. But like Mr. Tolstoy said, they are willing to do everything in the world to help you, except the one thing that will help you: to get off your back, to disavow white supremacy. I know you feeling me right now. They will shed tears at another extrajudicial murdering of one of our people. They will sit down there at the welfare office and offer a job to a single mother. When it comes time to rock the vote, you'll find these soft racists everywhere you look. These are the ones that we traditionally have thought of as allies, fam. These are the people that we traditionally thought of as the good ones. They will say anything, do anything to prove their willingness to help you, except to help you. Now, how do we know this is the case, fam? How do we know? Let us take a look, if you will, at the last 6 months. Since the rise on social media, the advent of the ADOS hashtag. There were groups before us, right? DACS and other groups, right, that were talking the same thing. But it was like a bomb hit. It was like a bomb hit social media with the advent, with the rise of the ADOS hashtag. And the reason why that is because of our methodology, the way we as ADOS people do things. First of all, we've spent the last, 3 or so years in really deep and heavy political education. We've looked at both parties, Republicans, Democrats. We've looked at how bills are initiated and signed and brought to the floor. And not on that schoolhouse rock shit, I'm only a bill, on Capitol Hill. No, we went past politics 101. We got into 102 and then 201. We started developing key axioms that would allow us to have the proper language and the lens by which we see things. We learned to ask questions. Our esteemed brother Antonio Moore's entire broadcast is a series of questions. He poses them at the beginning of his broadcast, and all throughout he's working with us to answer those questions. Questions like, who you? Who benefits? Where's the money coming from? Right? We learn to ask key questions. And so what we found out over these last few months was that there were a lot of folk that had been comfortably ensconced among us, posing as allies, posing as people who were on our team. Until we started saying, do you support the remediation, the restoration, and the repair of the American descendants of slavery up to and including but not limited to cash payments via reparations? We watched a whole lot of motherfuckers out they self, fam. A whole lot, including, as Chad said, many who look like us. You see, fam, we had a lot of folk. Roland Martin, Angela Rye, April Ryan, Don Lemon, all the rest of these media personalities. We've had all these political faces like Clyburn and Lewis and Sheila Jackson Lee, Joy Ann Reid, right? We had all these people, these political people, and all these media people who were wearing our lineage like a cloak. The CBC, before we came on the scene, was the conscience of the Congress. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? Until ADOS revealed exactly who the hell they were. We spotted them every time there was an issue on the border, running down there, flying down there for photo ops and standing there crying. John Lewis said, "This is an injustice. I didn't get my ass kicked in Selma for us to do this to these poor immigrants." Salam, Brother Ibrahim. Welcome to the broadcast. And just like we should have done from Word Say Go, ADOS called that nigga out. ADOS went after everybody's neck. With us, there were no sacred cows. The only thing sacred to us is our ancestors, our lineage, and the data. So there was nobody who was safe from getting this work, from getting this smoke, from getting these hard questions. Bernie Sanders, the Wonder Bread candidate of 2016, came before us. And ADOS had one question for him. Do you support reparations for the American descendants of slavery? And he flinched. Well, I'm not certain what you mean by, like, what do you mean by reparations? What do you mean? You know, the same shit that you gave to the Jews. Because, yes, we paid a degree of reparations to the Jews as America. By the way, fam, isn't it interesting that Our ancestors, yours and mine, paid reparations to the Jews. And yet they never get no credit for it. Oh yeah. Our ancestors paid Jewish reparations. Don't believe me? Take a look back at World War II. Munich, Berlin, Stuttgart, all the major cities, Bremen, all the major cities of Germany were a shambles. Between the Russians from the east and the English and the Americans coming from the north and the west, Germany was a rubble. It was a rubble. So America initiated what we now refer to as the Marshall Plan. That's right. Your ancestors and mine worked to pay money to rebuild Germany, who then gave money to the Jews. Ergo, you and I paid reparations to them motherfuckers. But now one of their descendants has the nerve to act like he don't know what the restoration, the remediation, and the repair of us means. Like I said, exposing the snakes. We cut the grass and all the snakes started running for hoes. That's right. Bernard Sanders is canceled. Kamala Harris jumps up on Martin Luther King's birthday. Or at least our celebration of the brother's birthday. Ed Howard, more chameleon cloaking herself in our heritage, lineage, our culture, and announced her candidacy for president. Meanwhile, you had people like Professor Black Truth who had been watching her on the radar for a couple of years before she even announced. And even those of us who are ADOS political advocates who weren't aware of Kamala Harris immediately jumped out and said, who is she? Who is she? And because of our efforts, she's now at what? 5%? She went from being the front runner to being in the bargain basement. Because we exposed her. She is black. No one said she wasn't. Right? She's part Jamaican descent. Last time I checked, in America, that make you black. But she ain't us. She Indian and Jamaican. A descendant of slave owners. How the fuck can she relate to me? How she claim to represent me? But not only that, not only the fact that she ain't us. We dug into her record. We looked at what she did as a prosecutor. We looked at what she did as the AG of California. We saw how she used inmate labor to fight fires, paying these people $1 an hour for jobs they would never get when they were on the outside. We saw the mishandling, the absolute travesty of refusing to investigate the murder of San Bernardino of Mitrice Richardson. She gets arrested, gets released in the middle of nowhere, and then months later we find her body out in the middle of Diddy Why Diddy somewhere, but don't nobody know shit. And she promised her family that she would see justice. And Mitrice still has not gotten justice. But this bitch keeps getting promotion after promotion after promotion. Not no more. Not the ADOS, not now the ADOS is on the scene. Now me, I'm already an outcast, so it don't bother me to say the shit that ain't nobody else gonna say. We also made clear about the fact that she slept her way into power in the first place, a la Willie Brown. Now, whatever your moral stance is on that is immaterial. It's data. It's grist for the meal. When you become a presidential candidate, your entire life is out there for everybody to examine. So yeah, we get to examine the fact that good old Slick Willie bought you 2-3 cars, gave you a couple of jobs worth 6 figures a year. Yeah, we get to examine that. She on the Breakfast Club kikiing about she smoked weed while listening to Tupac and Snoop. Meanwhile, her father writes an op-ed saying how much of a shame she was to his family name, parlaying on stereotypes of Jamaicans. We exposed everything about Kamala Chameleon Harris is ass naked in front of America. And that was ADOS who did that. So you see, family, with the advent of this methodology, not just politically, but in every area of human activity, ADOS has shaken the trees. And a lot of people who thought their positions were comfortable found out that they wasn't. I know many of you are left-wingers on the political spectrum. You call yourself progressive. Some of you even call yourself socialist or communist, right? So imagine my chagrin when I see so-called socialists and communists who are yesterday talking about power to the people, workers of the world, be united. Once we start talking about cutting the check, they changed up their whole entire game. Oh, y'all just want to eat the fruits off of white imperialism and white supremacy. You goddamn right. We were the fruits of it. If anybody should get a piece of the pie, it's us. What the hell? Fam, these same Reds had the nerve to try to tell us that we are class traitors because we're advocating for reparations for us. Yeah, those white soft racists of yours, those good white folks, universal brotherhood, worker power. Guess y'all didn't pay much attention to that they were using the same rhetoric as Bernard Sanders. When he talks about the middle class, he's not talking about you. No politician in America is ever talking about you when they talk about the middle class, fam. You got to understand that. When they say the working class, middle class, they're not talking about ADOS. They talking about white folks. How we going to be a working class when our official even rate of unemployment is on average double that of our white counterparts? How we going to be the middle class when we're living at a time of the greatest calcification of wealth in American history? Ain't no more growth. They locking in the motherfucking wealth. And so if we don't go after our just due now, in 30 years, we won't have an opportunity to get it. And we will effectively be erased in the country that our ancestors shed blood, sweat, and tears to build. What up, AL? I see you, fam. Welcome to Sucka-Free Saturday. They're not these workers groups, workers, international workers of the world and socialist workers of the world and all these so-called class struggle groups. They changed up their whole damn game, fam, when ADOS came on the scene. Motherfuckers who we all thought was on our team, who was about justice, who was about righteousness, who was about equality. As soon as we started talking about, justice, equality, rights, resources, etc., but us first, we lost them. So-called ghetto intellectuals talking about that we're doing an injustice to the entire diaspora. We're separating black people from other black people that were anti-immigrant. Oh, we've heard it all, fam. We've heard it all. What up, Brandon? And now, we got Byron Allen, one of our best and brightest luminaries, going to war with a media juggernaut. And I hope that brother gets them for every stinking fucking penny he can. Fam, what ADOS, the American descendants of slavery, has come to show us is simply this. In America, everybody seems to be willing to do everything to help you, except get off your motherfucking back. Instead of cutting a check and paying you your due. You're not begging for nothing. You have a right to it. The debt is due. The bill due. We not presenting receipts. We presenting invoices for services rendered, for loyalty rendered, for blood shed, for tears shed, for skin flayed, for necks broken, for skulls cracked, for neighborhoods dilapidated, for women violated, for men violated. 400 years. That's a mighty big bill. And it just so happens that we helped to build a mighty big country that can afford to fucking pay it. And they will pay it. By hook or by crook, America has got this debt that it's facing. And they will address it. Because if they do not, we, as the American descendants of slavery, the children of the impossible, are willing to throw our very bodies into the gears of this damn machine, and we will shut it the whole damn thing down. No black agenda, no vote. No reparations, no vote. No justice, no peace for real. I can't wish you peace unless I demand justice for you. We've talked about this. Justice and peace are intertwined. When things get out of balance, justice is what brings balance and thus peace. So they can't tell us peace to us, but are not willing to do justice for us. Because unless there is justice, there can never be no peace. They are choking us, riding our backs like mules. First the Republicans, then the Democrats. First the Antifas and the Socialists, and then the Proud Boys. And everybody, we running all over the place as ADOS, trying to find a safe haven. And we keep getting presented with the same faces where they keep telling us that we're going to be all right, that we're going to be taken care of, that we're going to be helped. But what they don't realize is that the one thing they could do to help us, they're not ever willing to do. Cut us our check and get the fuck off our backs and watch what we do. We don't need America's help. What we need is our shit back. Do you understand what I'm telling you, fam? We don't need America's help. This is not to say hate America. I don't hate America. I don't give a fuck if you're mad at me because I'm a patriot. I'm a veteran, a military veteran. I was born here. I was raised here. And everything being what it is, I'm more than likely going to die here. This is my country. If you don't fucking like that, there's the goddamn door. But every generation, my family has paid its freedom dues. And we're the only ones that haven't fucking gotten it. Make it make sense, fam, that we're having to kiss the ass of an immigrant. Bernie Sanders ain't been in America for a hot minute. Yet he was able to get his come up. And so now us, the children of those who are from the home of the been here, gotta go and ask this motherfucker for justice? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. We gotta hear this half Indian, half Jamaican female tell us, well, let us be clear. So I'm not gonna just come out and say I'm gonna do anything for black people. No! Make that make sense. She just got here, but we still having to ask her for anything? Hell no. Sheila Jackson Lee, Joy Ann Reid, Roland Martin's Haitian descended ass, and all the rest of them. Yeah, we found out that, they black, but they not us. So when they was doing all this talking, they wasn't talking in our fucking best interests. Sitting here advocating for more people to flood across the border when I got whole neighborhoods of people without jobs. That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. This Chameleon Harris chick passing bills to try to get more H-1B visas when I'm sitting up here telling brothers to go and learn how to code. For what? So you can waste all that money learning how to code just so that some Indian or Pakistani or Bangladeshi or Chinese can come over here and do your job for half the salary? No, that does not make sense. All this time, family, all this time, we thought because they had this melanin in their skin that they was on our team, that they was speaking with our voice, that they had our best interests at heart. And then ADOS showed up. And we start snatching edges and pulling whole cards. And then we got to see who these motherfuckers really was. All these ancient and hallowed sacred organizations we had, like the NAACP, like the Urban League. We jerked a knot in Mark Morial's ass. The NAACP had the nerve to talk about immigrants built America. We gave them so much smoke they had to take that shit down. Because, family, you teach them how to treat you. You teach them. We, the American descendants of slavery, we, the children of the ones who were never supposed to be here, we are going to start always teaching everybody how to treat us. And we're no longer no one's mules. They're kicking boys. We're not their little pillow they get to beat on when they feeling all bad about being American with my money. Nope. Nope. I ain't got nothing for them. Nothing. Except fire, shade, and smoke until justice is done for me and mine. Until this justice claim is upheld, I don't want to hear shit from nobody. Hold on, black man. Let me make sure. There we go. Sorry, fam. I got it. That's right, Chad. It's a new motherfucking day. I don't give a fuck about global warming. I don't give a fuck about the economy. I don't give a fuck about immigration. I don't give a fuck about Brexit. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Until you start talking about justice for me and mine, I don't want to hear nothing from you. Black man, what it do? Holler at us, fam. Yo, black man. Can you hear me, fam? Let me see if I can make sure this thing is working. Give me just a moment. Should be. Call back, fam. Because I heard the call, but I didn't hear you say anything, and I want to make sure everything is right. What up, black man? Go ahead and talk, fam. I should be able to hear you. Damn it. Hey, fam, are you talking? Because I cannot hear a thing you saying. I got nothing coming in. All right. I apologize, fam. I'm going to try to work on this. I'm going to see if I can make sure that everything is working straight. Yeah, this moving shit is for the birds, let me tell you. Because I've had a bunch of shit.
Wait. Somebody could have heard him. I think it's just really low.
Hey, AL, man, I appreciate the love, fam. Thank you for that. Black man, I'm gonna address this, man, in between time. I hope to have it up and running for the next conversation. I'm not gonna keep y'all for too long anyway. I just wanted to let y'all know your fam is still alive, and I wanted to bring a word to you today, man. So I'm sorry, bro. I wanted you to call in, but for some reason this shit is going sideways, and rather than keep you, on the hook, I'm just gonna go ahead and let it roll. I appreciate that, Toolbox. Like I said, man, it's all going to come out. The more y'all support me, the more I can do for you. Because I'd love to be able to go and get mics and cameras in front of people. I want to go and make the news for you, not just talk about it. I've got a whole host of ideas. Like I said, I'm looking to set up an actual real studio to broadcast, via streaming audio as well as live on video on our own website rather than YouTube. But I need y'all's help to do that. And so I appreciate the love and support. Yeah, fam, with my money, talking shit with my money. America been talking real greasy to me with my wealth in their pocket. Now, as ADOS people, we wouldn't take that from nobody else. So why are we taking it from America? Why are we taking the average garden variety snake American, both hard and soft races, talking real clever, real greasy to us with our wealth in their pocket? Explain that one to me, fam. How are we not every single day in every venue that we go in, not on their necks? How? We've given you the glasses to put on. Fam, ADOS is these. ADOS is the glasses, fam. ADOS is the lens. Chad said, keep speaking truth to power, fam. Damn it, you know I will. And thank you for the love, fam. I love you, man. I appreciate it. Toolbox, it should make you mad. Look, our esteemed brother, James Baldwin, said that to be black in America is to live in a constant state of rage. See, that's your problem. Our ancestors never got comfortable. They always knew there was some fuckery, some slick shit around the corner. But we got a few bones tossed to us in the 1960s. A couple of black people got some good government jobs, and we promptly forgot about the fact that they still have not paid the debt that was owed from Words Say Go. Our parents, because I'm an Xer, our parents got a little taste, and lost their damn minds. They went from driving secondhand Fords to Cadillacs and thought they made it. They went from living in the projects to living in decent apartments and thought they came up. I'm not saying they sold us out, fam, but I'm saying they fucking forgot. And they tried their level best to make us forget. Talking about we in post-racial America. Now, black people can vote. Now, black people have rights. It's the same issue as before. What good is having rights if you won't enforce them? If they could just violate them whenever the fuck they feel like. Redlining still happens today. Mass incarceration. That's not old. That's new. But isn't that this the same, like an iterative formation of convict leasing? My parents told me this is the key to success in America as a black man. Go to school, get an education, get a good job, work there for 30 years, and you can make it. Nigga, please. Our parents' generation was the last generations that had pensions, fam. I'm talking about, look, I know that for some of you youngins, the word pension is unfamiliar. So let me describe the concept to you. A pension is where you put in some money and your company put in some money, and then when your ass can't work no more or you retire, you actually have a nice chunk of money to retire on. So even though you ain't working, you ain't eating cat food, you ain't waiting on Social Security, and so on and so forth. My grandmother worked for the Postal Service for 30 years under the old civil service plan. So she had a pension. What you niggas think is a pension now is what's commonly referred to as a 401k or a 403b, where they basically take your money and daddy needs a new skyscraper. Ah, shit. That's your retirement, fam. Your retirement goes to Fidelity. Your retirement goes to E-Trade. You know what I'm saying? They talking about they don't want Wall Street to get their hands on Social Security. Why not? Wall Street got their hands on every damn thing else. You done let them gamble away an entire generation's retirement. In 2001, on September 11th of that year, 2 planes crashed into the World Trade Towers in New York. Another plane crashed into the Pentagon, and another plane was brought down or crashed. I'm leaning toward brought down, but I don't do conspiracy theories. I just have some ideas around what I understand happens in North American airspace whenever there is a terrorist incident. right? Okay. So 4 planes worth of people, like 3,000 some odd folk died. Whether you think we did it, whether you think Osama did it, I ain't arguing that point. I don't care. It happened. They shut down the airports, except if you were the Bin Laden family. They was actually able to fly out of here to, Saudi Arabia, right? But I digress. At any rate, they shut down airspace and they shut down the markets. At that time, I was married. I was married to my first wife. And I told her, okay, I need you to not be on no dumb shit right now. I need you to look me right in the eye. When the markets open, I need you to take every fucking thing you got, and I need you to liquidate it all, and I need you to purchase gold. What do you mean purchase gold? Don't ask me no goddamn questions. Woman, do it. That Monday, the markets open up. Actually, it was a Tuesday. She got on the phone to her broker. She did just what I told her to do. She liquidated everything and she purchased gold. For those of you who remember what happened with gold after 9/11, gold was hovering somewhere around 265, 275 an ounce. A week after 9/11, gold was almost $1,200 an ounce. She made $88,000 on that shit with the little money she had. But what happened to the rest of America is when the markets opened up, they took a fleecing like nobody's business. I went to work. I heard motherfuckers talking about they lost half their 401k. Like that. People that had 300,000-400,000 in their 401k. 250,000 just evaporated. Just gone. They don't know where the fuck the money went. Nah, I left her ass, black man, but that was something else. That was a whole different thing. By the time I left, I wasn't worried about no bread, fam. My point is, fam, is this. Everything we was told makes us a success in America has been a lie. And when you first discover that as a black person, right, as an ADOS person, when you first discover that, you are filled with utter outrage. There's a reason why our brothers Micah and Cosmo and Christopher did what they did allegedly. There are reasons. If they did what they did, and I'm alleging because there were no trials. So if they did what they did allegedly, there were reasons. But here's something to note. Once you understand that that is a lie, you've got two choices. One, you can pick up the gun. You can pick up the gun. Micah, Brother Cosmo, may they rest. That's the route they chose. Because the rage had filled them to the point where they would rather die than to continue to live without justice. And so if justice was not going to be cooperated with and given to them, they were going to take it by hook or by crook, starting with their frontline soldiers, like every other good soldier learns. You can't get to the generals until you take down their frontline soldiers. So allegedly, Cosmo went to Baton Rouge and allegedly shot and killed 3 officers there. Micah had a date in Dallas and allegedly shot 11 officers there. May they rest. I'm not ever going to besmirch the name of no black man who finally decides to act on whatever impulses drives him towards justice. I'll be damned if they try to make them villains to me. Because the Students for a Democratic Society blew up a goddamn bomb in a federal building and ultimately became politicians. So they don't get to tell me that attacking against a crooked ass unjust system makes them villains while they get the big up theirs. I'll be damned. Those are our fallen soldiers who should be thought of with honor, who live their lives with honor. And in my humble opinion, and I'm a nobody, so YouTube, you want to take this down, don't give a damn. They died with honor. But you can choose the route of the gun. And unfortunately, due to our lack of training and our lack of numbers, that might not necessarily be a route you'll live through. Or you can choose the way that we've chosen, which is a little bit more longer game than the path chosen by our brothers Micah, by our brother Denmark, by our brother Nat Turner, by our brother Christopher Dorner, by our brother Cosmo Setepinra, right? It's a little longer of a game than the one they chose to play. But it's got the potential to shake up everything and make this thing to where we become the literal fulfillment of behold, all things are become new. Behold, ADOS, you put on your glasses and all things are become new. No more of these faux ersatz, half-ass, snake in the grass allies we thought we had. You never needed them in the first place. All you ever needed, fam, was me. All I ever needed was you. We all we got. And we all we ever needed. We don't need no first generation, second generation immigrant bootlicks coming over here and pretending to speak for us. We can speak damn well for ourselves. We could tell this country exactly what the hell we want, and we could tell them exactly how it is that we intend to go about getting it. And we dare them to exactly meet us on the field of battle, whichever battlefront they choose to pick. ADOS is weaponizing everything. We're not just weaponizing our vote. That's just the first. You got ADOS people who, before this advocacy, would be like, a gun? Ooh, no, guns are bad. Who are hitting us up every day, talking about, what type of gun should I get? I'm looking at a SIG, or I'm looking at this Ruger. What do you think about Glocks? You got ADOS people who before this advocacy was like, well, those poor immigrant people, and, we need to do something about them. Maybe we need to give them more help, more aid. Talking about, man, fuck them motherfuckers. I'm a citizen, and I have rights. I have the right to my existence as a citizen in this country before anybody else. You got ADOS people talking like that, and they trying to tell us that we right-wingers. Nope, because I'm telling you, you can't be right-wing in this. How is it that finally embracing your right as a citizen that you paid the blood price for, how the hell is that being a right-winger? Hell, the right-wingers are still new to this motherfucker. Bunch of Irish and German. Bunch of Poles. They just got here. We not being right wingers. They are being us. Because this is what we should have been on from jump. From words say go. This is how we should hit them every generation until this justice claim is paid. All the rest of these people that from everywhere else, they are newbies. They the new booty on the block. They got to put some respect on our name when they show up and talk to us. The very first question out of your mouth as an American descendant of slavery, when anybody talk to you, white or black, is, where you from? Who you? Because I don't talk to my lessers. Our esteemed ancestor John Henry Clark said, I only debate my equals. All others I teach. You got to see some ID, ADOS. You got to make them show some ID. Okay, let's see here. Oh, you from Poland? When your people get here? Oh, you came through Ellis Island? The fuck I need to talk to you for? You just got here. You don't know shit from Shinola about my history, about what's going on in this country, what the dynamic is, what the debt is due to my people. I don't have nothing to say to you. As ADOS, in your interactions with everybody, your first thing needs to be, I need to see some ID. Run that ID. Who you? I need to know if I should even be wasting my time talking to you to begin with. Because I don't deal with my lessers. And it's not disrespecting them, but you came after. You stand behind me. There's a hierarchy to this shit. And everybody in this country whose ancestors wasn't on the motherfucking Mayflower or us had to get in the back of the damn line. And that's a fact, Jack. I don't care. I don't care who they are. Look, I don't care if they got red, white, and blue flag drawers on. With a big ass red, white, and blue flag on the back of their big ass truck. Compensating for their small ass penises. I don't care. I need to see some ID. Before we can have a conversation, before we can have a discussion, I need to know who the hell you are. And fam, that's politically, economically, socially, religiously. I don't have to, look, fam, my uncles, my great uncles, I've had ancestors fight in every war this country is being in. I don't think I had somebody fight in the Civil War, right? Because my ancestors were enslaved. But since the Civil War, I've had ancestors fight in every war. World War I, World War II, Vietnam, Korea. I served during the first Persian Gulf. I'll be damned if anybody get to tell me that come from somewhere else what I need to be thinking about, what I need to be talking about when it comes to the interaction between me and my country, when I am addressing my government for a specific redress of grievances. This is between us and them. Nobody else. Nobody else. Nobody else. Nobody else. That's right, AL. They don't win the war without the devil dogs. The Harlem Hellfighters, they don't win the war without the Tuskegee Airmen. Hell, they didn't even win the war against the goddamn natives without the Buffalo Soldiers. We in the home of the being here. When your family's roots, when your lineage's roots go back as far as mine, then you could talk to me. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. When your family's roots finally in this country go back as far in history as mine do, you can talk to me. But I think that's going to be a little impossible for that to happen. This is why I constantly tell you, fam, we have to stand on the data. We have to ground ourselves in the data. We have to learn our history. We have to learn our heritage. We have to learn about our lineage. Because only then do you understand that everybody else is like gnats flying around your face. You just get off me. I ain't bothered by you damn fools. I got to fight with my government that I got to take up. I ain't got time to listen to your shit. Damn this workers of the world unite crap. Universal justice for who? We haven't even done justice for me yet. What you mean gay is the new black? Bitch, I'm still black. Right? This is it. This is what you need to be on, fam. This is what you need to be on. I'm telling you, ground yourself in the data and check your IDs. Check everybody's IDs. Because this shit ain't new, fam. Leo Tolstoy said, I sit on a man's back, choking him and making him carry me. And yet I assure myself and others that I feel sorry for him, right? And I wish to ease his lot by all possible means except by getting off his back. America will talk a good game up a blue streak, and nobody knows it better than the American descendants of slavery. America will talk a good game and will be willing to do everything and anything except get the fuck off our backs. Because the moment we can stand up as Americans, there's a whole lot of folk who had vested interest in keeping us down. They're going to lose. That's just a fact. That's just a fact, fam. Those who invested in keeping the American descendants of slavery as the bottom caste in this country are going to be heartbroken once this justice claim is addressed. But before I wrap it up, I'll leave you with the immortal words of our brother Wesley Snipes in Blade. Always bet on black. I always bet on ADOS. We was built for this. And we built this. We ain't asking for nothing. We presenting the invoice for services rendered. Shit, we need that back pay. Know what I'm saying? We need that shit to be retroactive to 1619. Thank you very much. We needs that. But yeah, you're right, Passenger 57. But that shit was still dope, though. Bet on black. Passenger 57. Love me some Wesley Snipes. Man, I wish that brother would still do movies today. Yeah. How they eating? Who is them? Who's Bernie Sanders? Who the fuck is he? Fam, like, who the fuck is he? This is what I be talking about. Like, who is that fool? Everybody want me to be all salty about Mitch McConnell being a descendant of slaveholders. I can deal with Mitch McConnell. That's the motherfucker I need to be talking to. Why the hell do I need to be talking to Bernie Sanders? Who the hell is he? Who the hell is Kamala Harris? Who are these people? But line jumpers. Claim snatches. You feel me? Fuck is them. Like, fam, I know y'all feeling me right now. Fam, I know you feeling me right now. See, when you get your head right, it just becomes the most simplest thing to be like, wait a minute. Why the fuck do I give a damn what Bernie Sanders got to say? Who the fuck is he? He been here for 2 minutes. Bernie, you need to fall back and stay out of grown folk business. Go on now. Let the adults talk. We need to be talking to Robert O'Rourke with his slave owner ancestor having ass. He's the motherfucker we need to be talking to. Bernie, you new booty, fam. You need to go stay your ass in the back. This ain't got nothing to do with you. Why do we even care what his opinion on reparations is? Whether he's running for president or not. I wouldn't give a fuck. You just got here. You don't know shit. Asking him his opinion about anything is like asking a kid an opinion about theoretical physics. Peace, brother Art. I see you, fam. Ground yourself in the data, family. Learn your history. Fam, you could spend the rest of your life. I'm telling you, you could spend the rest of your life learning about your lineage, and it will not be a life wasted. So many heroes and heroines. So much dopeness. So much richness. Everybody always try to tell you, oh, when they brought you over here from Africa, they took your gods from you and took your language from you. We got new language. We got new gods. We got new culture. So what? That shit changes. Matter of fact, we the luckiest motherfuckers on the planet because of what we went through slavery. We can actually create whatever the hell we want and call it our culture. And it makes everybody else sick. We got a whole new tribe, and ain't nobody trying to let us be in our safe place, right? Ain't nobody trying to let us have that, cause tribal affiliation is power, fam. When you go to Africa, your tribal affiliation in nations determine where the fuck you at. If you Diallo in Nigeria, you straight. If you Osu, you ain't shit. Right? If you know what I'm saying? If you Xhosa, you cool. Right? If you Himba, you ain't shit. If you foreign, you straight. If you Mwiti, you ain't. Well, guess what, fam? If you American descendant of slavery, if you ADOS, you straight. But if you ain't, you fucked. This is our wake-up call, fam. Tribalism still exists because tribalism works. I'm going to tell you something, fam, and I'm going to leave you with this. You know how every species has a natural grouping, right? Right? Like you got a pack of wolves, right? You got a herd of sheep, right? Angry black sheep in the motherfucking house, right? You got a herd of sheep. You got a murder of crows, right? You got a pod of dolphins, right? The most natural human grouping for humans is the tribe. It is the one social structure that we have organized ourselves in since Homo habilis. And do you know why we organized ourselves that way? Because like everything else in nature, that way works. That way works. They've done studies that show that when a grouping of people gets above a certain number of people, usually around 150 people, there tends to be more conflict until there's a sharding of groups, tribes. Because the average human being can remember about 75 to 150 faces and names on the everyday. This will be family, extended family, people you kind of cool with and close to, and so on and so forth. You feel me? Tribes. Fam, tribalism is so powerful. How many of us as ADOS went and got DNA tests so we could try to trace ourselves back to some tribe in Africa? Shout out to my brother Isaiah Washington. He got a DNA test and he's affiliated with the Mende people now. And that's cool. He's still our brother. He's still ADOS, right? But how strong was that pull, that call to affiliate as a tribe, that he had to go back to try to look for whatever tribe it is that he descended from? Fam, we got our tribe right here that we paid the blood price to be a part of. Hell, after the breeding plantations and all this shit, we practically family anyway. Lions have prides. Wolves have packs. We got tribes. It's time to link up with your people and do work, fam. It's time to link up with your people and do work. Tribalism, the only thing that's cracking. We family. All a tribe is an extended family, fam. Why do you think we call ourselves fam? Peace, brother. Peace, sister. Right? Because in a real sense, as a tribe, we are related. We're related not necessarily, although I would argue that probably more closely than we think we are, but not necessarily ties of consanguinity or ties of blood. But we are related by ties of history, by ties of lineage, by ties of heritage. And those are ties that can never be broken. Never. I don't give a damn if you in the dirty. I don't give a damn if your ass is east side or west side. I don't care if you from the Chi or Lou. I don't care if you from Philly, B-More. I don't care if you from the ATL or Houston or from LA or from Seattle. Whenever you go somewhere and you with ADOS, you are with family. We are with family, no matter where you go. So it's time for us to start acting like that. It's time for us to never question really the need to support. Now, I'm not talking about, when I say support, I mean help, uplift, big up each other. Every time I do a broadcast, damn it, I wish I could reach through the internets and give each one of you a hug and some dap and some love and say, man, I'm so glad to see you, fam. Thanks for coming and listening to your big bro. Because we family. We a tribe, and it's time for us to start acting like one. Tribal membership is exclusive, not inclusive. We got to stop inviting everybody to the motherfucking barbecue, fam. Just because some white motherfucker says something clever or some little racially ambiguous girl has a new hit of the week, we want to invite her to the barbecue. For what? Our barbecue big enough with us there. Stop trying to make more people ADOS. We don't need them. We ain't never needed them. We'd have survived just perfectly fine without them. We done had the same struggle, the same war with the same type of white folks since we been here. This ain't new. We don't need the extra. I don't need to be thinking Kim Kardashian on the team just because she, got a proclivity for, dark meat. You feel me? Stop inviting motherfuckers to the barbecue, fam. There'll be more for us to eat once we done all the prep work. You done all the prep work and you giving the barbecue to everybody else. For what? It's time for your family to eat. It's time for your tribe to eat. Shit. And definitely we can't have the motherfuckers coming to the motherfucking barbecue talking about they bringing the potato salad. Damn all that. Yo, fam, thank you so much again for Sucka-Free Saturday. I love you all. I am going to broadcast this Wednesday for Hump Day, but that is going to be my last broadcast until the next Hump Day because the move is all next week. As you see, I got my man T here. I got to pack and get that big ass tank out of here. I got all this shit. As poor as I am, you would think I have less shit. Man, capitalism, ain't it a bitch? So, fam, I will see you all on Hump Day. As always, I want to wish you all love, peace, prosperity, and power, real power to our people.